Hey guys, Yankee Jeff here with It's Not Your Fault. Thanks for tuning in tonight. I do appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in tonight. It's Not Your Fault. I have a very interesting video tonight. This is an actor we've all heard of, and he's discussing his sobriety. This is Ben Affleck talking about what got him sober. He's on the Howard Stern show. He has no problem prying into people's personal lives, and Ben Affleck, of course, has no problem sharing it. He's part of one of the steps is to admit that you're powerless over alcohol and drugs, and he does that. So like, subscribe, leave a comment, and at the very end, I want to ask you guys a question. So stay to the end. It's only a 3-minute video, but stay to the end so we can talk about something else. All right, thanks.
How hard has that been to get sober? I mean, to stay sober. How difficult is it on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being like it's ridiculously hard.
I'll tell you the truth. It depends, right? At the beginning, it's very, very hard. It's 10, okay? You start off because you're in the habit of doing this, whatever it is. And, compulsive behavior, it's like if you limit to alcohol or alcohol and drugs, it's a sort of certain segment of society. If you look at the people that overeat, eat their fucking feelings, and end up just as unhealthy, it's a lot more. If you look at people who shop and gamble or have sex or relationships or use the fucking phone, we're very programmed to seek out rewards and get compulsive about it, gamble, whatever. Nonetheless, it's fucking hard because you've taught yourself this is the only way to ease my pain. I'm in pain. This is the only way to make it better. And I used to go to meetings and hear all these like old timers say, I'm a grateful alcoholic and, the obsession left me a long time ago. And I would get so angry, I'd be like, fuck you, you're not grateful. What are you grateful for? You fucked your life up, you're grateful, congratulations. Boy, I want some of that too. And the obsession left you, what the fuck are you doing here? You don't want to drink? You're not an alcoholic, get the fuck out of here. I'm dealing with problems. I want to have a drink, how about that? You're just, and I resented that for a long time. And I went through a series of, I got sober for a year and a half. I wanted to be sober, I committed to it. And the problem with that fight is like, you can win 1,000 times, you only have to give in once. And you're never gonna win all the time.
Right.
So something fundamental has to change. And I hate to say it, but the cure for addiction, the only cure I've seen, and not like these fucking overpriced rehabs or a lot of these fraudulent fixes that are sold to people. They're good people who will support you. Alcoholics Anonymous, I think by and large is a good organization. It's not the only one. The cure for addiction is suffering. You suffer enough that something inside you goes, I'm done. And I'm like lucky because I hit that point before I lost really the things that were the most important, which was not my career or money, but was my relationship with my kids. And when I felt as if it impacted them, I recognized it. It was the worst day of my life. I made amends. And for a while, I thought maybe this is temporary. Maybe this feeling is going to go away. But since that day, I swear to Christ, I have not ever wanted to drink once. Ever.
Wow.
So it's the easiest thing in the world. Because every time I think about it, I'm just like, holy shit, that's the worst idea in the world. I don't want that. I can't do that. And that's the piece that people find. So now I'm that asshole who's like, I'm grateful. I learned a lot. I actually got to be a better person through this process, and I've lost the obsession.
How about that, huh? That's something. Here's a guy, his path towards recovery was suffering. He was suffering, and he couldn't take the torment anymore of losing his children, etc. That was his aha moment. That was his come to Jesus moment. That was his, I gotta walk into a meeting and actually take it seriously moment. And now he's sober for many years, and although I may not like the guy as far as like I don't really like his some of his political stances and some of his, I don't think he's that great of an actor either, but that being said, all that taken aside, I wanted to show you guys that there are people out there in the world who have everything, money, fame, fortune, all the glitz and glamour, houses, cars, everything. He has all that, and still he had that empty hole inside him that he was trying to fill with something else. And it took him walking into an AA meeting, and he still works his program, obviously, because he's using that same language that we all use. So I think it's very respectful. I think that's very honorable that he would share his story like that, because it's important. It's important that people see that if he can do it, anyone can do it. But the question I want to ask for you guys: did you guys know that Ben Affleck was sober? Did you guys know that he was sober? Because living in Hollywood, living in all that den of iniquity, I mean, he must well be in Sodom and Gomorrah. All the temptations he has around him. To be sober in Hollywood would be like trying to lose weight at a all-you-can-eat buffet. I mean, it's difficult, to say the least. So put it in the comments, put down if you knew he was in sobriety and he was practicing in his recovery. So very curious to know, because a lot of that stuff isn't really known. Thanks for tuning in tonight. It does work if you work it. He's proof. It does work if you work it. Say a prayer for the prayerless. By all means, say a prayer for people no one prays for. And pray that Ben keeps on the right path, because he's got a family that depends on him, that wants to have him in their life. And it has to start with somebody. So might as well start with who? You, exactly. God bless you guys. I'll talk to you soon, and have a blessed evening.